Alright, good morning, YouTube. It is like 10:30 in the morning. On I guess today, I don't even know what today is. Tuesday? It's Tuesday, May 6th. And I'm so confused, y'all. I'm like really confused about everything. Um, I'm just confused. As you know, I've been having a hell of a time, like where I live with, rats and all kinds of bullshit. And I just decided I was going to give up. You know what I'm saying? I really truly decided I was going to give up. And I really meant it. I tried everything. I tried. When I say tried, I tried everything. I decided I was going to try to leave. And, I don't know. Let me just kind of break it down. I decided I was going to try to leave. And I knew it felt like that was the right thing to do. Like mentally that was the right thing to do for me to go. But, I'm just so confused. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, I was back and forth about this for a month and a half. I did absolutely nothing. And then I made a final decision because I was like, what is going on? I'm trying to find a reason for the way the things are going, the way that they're going. And I said, well, maybe. Okay, I'm not being very clear. I'm kind of talking in circles. The history of it. The history is legal situation, whole bunch of years, in and out of homeless shelters. Finally found a place that was cheap. It was run down. It wasn't nothing. Staying there for about a year and a half. Different jobs throughout, mostly like telemarketing jobs. And, I finally caught like a little admin / quote unquote legal. They really threw me for a loop. They were just using me to try to process evictions that were not good evictions. And they gave it the title legal so that it would make me feel good about being there. And basically I got used. I got used and kind of chewed up and spit out. Then I haven't seen my family in forever, and I was able to go home and see my family. But when I got there, it was a less than warm reception. They had just all about forgotten about me, and I was an unwelcome presence. And so pretty much I've been disowned and didn't know it. Like I knew that I was disowned, but by the matriarch, that's it. So I was kind of broken down. Like I said, the confusion just has been going on for the past couple of months because then with that, it was confusing because, I was going to see my family. Then I got a job offer, got an apartment offer, but then it was like snowing there, and then my family didn't care about me. I hate cold weather, so I was like, there's no need for me to be here and be miserable by myself. I was like, I could be, in South Florida where I don't expect anybody to care. So I came back down here. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to live the rest of my life in bliss. But then reality hit that I live in a shack, And the reason it was such a contrast is because when I was in Virginia, I was renting a little doohickey from somebody that actually, even though it was crap to a lot of people's standards, but for me, with the situation I'm coming out of, it was a lot better than what I'm living in. So, me coming from that, being in a place where I could, for the most part, be by myself, have space to move about, not clutter everywhere, no rats, well, there were roaches, but it wasn't a lot, But I was just like, okay, so it was a big contrast because when I came here, I come to this closed up, like 10 by 10 place. And it's a shack, and I'm just like, wow, and it's not even livable because there's rats, and then I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. And then there's like sewage or whatever leaking from somewhere by the bathroom, and I used to bother the landlord about fixing everything, but I stopped doing that because it became like a big circus show. Like I would ask him to fix something. He would ignore me. I would ask him again. He would say he'll do it. then time will pass and time will pass and nothing will happen. I'll keep asking to the point where I'll go to the landlord physically and be like, look, this needs to be done, and I'll be upset at that point, to the point where I'm shaking. Then, he might decide to do it, and then he'll have like all his friends or whatever come with him, and then it's just like this big circus, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, wow, and then harassment by all of them, and then still nothing gets done. And then I just kind of acquiesce to the fact that, okay, he's not going to do it. Either I'm going to choose to live here or I don't. So, being that it's cheap and it's a pretty decent area, the place is absolutely horrendous, but the area itself is not bad. I'm like, okay, fine. And then when I come to the resolve that I'm going to deal with it, then another tenant comes. They have the same problem I had, but now he's tearing down my wall to fix that tenant's problem. The place next door has been torn down. Rats coming over to my place, but I'm just like, okay, it's all right. I'm just going to kind of pedal through this. Then I get a job, and then I realize it's not what it's cracked up to be, that they don't love me as much as I would like, and pretty much, I was just chewed up and spit out, and they didn't even try to hide the fact. They did, they abused me. So, it's just like so confusing. It's like what to do. I'll do this or do that, do this or do that. And so then I decide, okay, I come back, and after I come back here from the visit, which turned out to be nothing, and I wasted so much money that I didn't really have, I get back here, and it's like, constant search for like love and just people that care about you. Like it was horrible. The experience when I went home was absolutely terrible. And, just horrible. And then when I get back here, like I said, this situation, and then I'm like, okay, well, I need to scramble because I'm not going back to that other job, regardless of anything, because that place they got some things going on there. And it's just like, I'm just like the place that I'm living in is not helping me it's not a productive place. It's like I feel like I can't do anything. No matter what I do, it's still going to be messed up. And then I was like, okay, the smart thing for me to do would be to get a storage and to, and to just move out. And I didn't see myself doing it. There's places like right nearby. I didn't see myself doing it. And I was just like, just overwhelmed. And then I was just like, well, let me just get some fast, quick, in a hurry telemarketing job somewhere. And once I get a little quick telemarketing job, get a couple $100. But that's like living check to check, and I'm still going to be paying this man to live at this place that, it's awful, And really, when I thought about it, I was like, I'd be better off living in the street, But then, you say that, but then you have to think about the things that you become accustomed to, I've done this before, but, at 3 o'clock in the morning when you got to use the bathroom, where are you going to go to the bathroom? That's one. Two, is like when I need to shave or whatever like that, how, it's going to be awkward trying to get that done. And the next thing is that when, that's a shaving thing. And then it's hot as fuck out here. Like, I'm hot now. I just took a shower a minute ago. And, like I said, I'm just kind of so over this. So I just threw on some deodorant and I came out. Didn't even put any lotion on. So my legs might be white by the time I get to where I'm going. But, imagine, and I don't have a whole bunch of stuff with me, but imagine me being in the street with a whole big old bag, nowhere to go, with like, I'll probably wear tights because it's more convenient. But like with tights and carrying stuff and, maybe. And the thing about it is, like, as hot as it is in South Florida, it's like like me going out here, doing what I got to do, and then come back, it's like immediately you want to take another shower as soon as you go outside because it's hot, you're sweaty, And on top of that, body odor, if you're walking around all day, dragging bags and carts around with you, okay, that's the physical part of it. But then there's the mental part of it where you're walking around and people obviously see that you got a lot of shit with you, you know what I'm saying? And not only that you have a lot of shit with you physically, but they see that, it must not feel good to have all that shit with you. And not just because of the stuff, but the fact that, people like them are looking at you and you're just like, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep your head up, So that's a very hard part of it too. And then the other thing about the homelessness thing, my hair. I don't believe, my hair is natural. I love my hair, even though I hardly have any left. If I actually combed my hair while I was in the shower, it's done. So, just walking around like this. And the thing is, I'm older now, so I'm not as vain as I used to be. And I didn't even realize I was vain before. I think you have to be ugly. Because before, at one time, I was really beautiful. So I was never vain because I didn't know I was beautiful because I just was. But then when I became ugly, like I have all these things that happen, tangibly and intangibly. And when that happened, I started to appreciate any moment that I got that, I felt halfway attractive. So that's where vanity, if you're already gorgeous and you just don't know it, there's no vanity. But if you've been gorgeous and you're ugly and you get moments of gorgeousness, that's where the vanity comes in. And if you just come to the point where you're like, fuck it, there's no vanity at all. But I think in order to have vanity, you have to have some type of attractiveness. So with that being said, I don't have any vanity left. I mean, it's just like I don't have any, like usually if I go on an interview or something like that, I'll take the time to do my hair. I'm not anymore. For the rest of my life, I'm wearing my hair back in a ponytail. Okay? If I go bald, then that's fine. I mean, I don't have any hair anyways, I'm not trying to impress anybody. All these years that I've been on this earth, there's been times when I've been absolutely beautiful and I gave a lot of love and people appreciate it, but I never got love back in return. You know what I'm saying? Then there's times where, I've been so open and honest and just so transparent and absolutely, no support, nothing, so it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I know what I have, and that's what it is. And so now it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters to me is to keep in good shape because that affects your health, and basic hygiene, and that's it. But I've never been like makeup and all this and all that. I don't do all that anyhow, but I would at least take the time to do my hair and stuff. So so I'm confused because then today I decided I was just going to be homeless. Really. I mean, I sincerely decided that. I mean, I gathered I started gathering my shit. And I was like, fuck it, and I didn't have any attachments, any personal belongings. I was just like, just the bare minimum because I don't want to like kill anybody being funky, so bare, stuff to take care of your hygiene. And maybe a couple of outfits just in case, like a suit, in case I decide to shelterize myself and go for an interview. Pair of tights for at night when it gets cool to walk around in. And just a sundress for the day when I'm walking around. And then a pair of sandals, dress shoes, and a pair of tennis shoes, and a pair of socks. And that's pretty much it, And a can opener for those canned goods. And that's it. I was going to be homeless. The only thing and I still might be, because like I said, I really have absolutely no clue what's going on in my life. It's like literally second to second. Because let me tell you what was going on. I took my shower, put my stuff together, and then I had a hard time finding the pieces that I wanted as far as clothing. Only gonna have like maybe 3 outfits, 6 to 7, maybe 8 pieces, 10 with the shoes. And then that was it. And then, find the appropriate kind of bag that I want to carry them around in all day long. And that was going to be the end of it for me. That was gonna be the end. Whatever happened from there happened. But as I was doing that, because I know that if you're homeless, I'm not going to be on the computer all day or on the phone all day. So I'm going to need something to entertain myself and express myself. So I'm going to need like pen and paper. So in me grabbing the notebook for pen and paper, I'm going to continue this.